The optimum currency area, also called OCA, is a concept theorized by Mundell, here he is again, in the mid-20th century. According to the theory, an area is an OCA if it has low transaction costs, if there is lots of trade, if there is a high labor mobility, meaning that workers can easily move, and if there are large fiscal transfer, meaning that money can be put in different areas easily. Within that theory, there are two scenarios. The first scenario is when they are trading similar products, because that means that if there is a shock, the shock will be similar. In that case, there's no problem because they will always agree on what policy to adopt because they have the same threat and they benefit from the same policy. So that's quite easy. Now, the second scenario is a bit more tricky because it involves countries with different products. Different products means that you need to find other way to cushion the shocks because the shocks are going to be different. If it's different products, it won't happen at the same time, it won't happen the same way, so you have to find a different way to face the shocks that will be coming. To put that scenario into perspective, he gives two examples. So within the rectangles, each square represents one area. This area can either be part of country 1 or country 2, and it can either be specialized in agriculture, that's A, or in manufacturing, that's M. So the top squares are going to be part of country 1, and the bottom squares are going to be areas from country 2. Now, the left part of each country is going to be specialized in agriculture, and the right part of each country is going to be specialized in manufacturing. Scenario 1 is the OCA that you should observe and that you want to happen. Well, everything is good because areas that are specialized in the same product are trading with each other. They are together in this optimum currency area, so everything is fine. However, what happens most of the time is scenario 2, where countries trade within each other mostly, and that's a problem because they don't have the same kind of products. So there is no agreement on monetary policy, and that's where Mundell, main part of the theory, comes in. He says that in that case, which is most of the case, there are two ways you can address that problem. One is fiscal transfer, meaning that you adjust the tax depending on where things are going well and where things are not going well, and then you redistribute that money according to who needs it the most. And then the second way you can address that issue is labor mobility, meaning that you make it easy for people to move so that when there is a shock in a certain area, they can go to another area where there is no shocks and its jobs are still available.